So we've been reading Neil's book, and today three of us have come together, which is like a kind of book club, to look at what we've learned and to think about what it means for wellbeing teams. So this is the first of several boards about it, and we're looking particularly at finding great people. So these are some of the questions that I've identified that we need to be answering for wellbeing teams. So first of all is identifying our star wellbeing workers and figuring out how we can find out more, how we can get more people like them. And one of the ones that I'm thinking about is somebody who used to be in hospitality. She used to be a waitress. So one of the things I want to find out is how we can find more people like her who used to be waitresses but have always wanted to get into care. One of the things that I learned from the book is the 5 demographic profiles that Neil introduces of, I guess, not your usual suspects of the kind of people that come into care. And I want to map out how we're doing already, how many of those folk we've already got working for wellbeing teams, and how we start to really intentionally recruit in places where they're likely to be. We've done a bit of work around our ideal wellbeing worker. We've got a Could This Be You one-page profile, but Neil encourages us to go a bit deeper in terms of linking it to the 5 demographic profiles as well. And then finally, how can we appeal to our target audience and address their concerns or their goals? And Neil's got a fabulous couple of pages that looks at why people might not think that care work or wellbeing workers is for them, and how we can address that in the way that we start finding people. So those are some great questions to start off with. We've got some other questions really, which is how do we demonstrate our wellbeing team values throughout the whole process? And our values are compassion, responsibility, curiosity, creativity and flourishing. And part of the work that we're going to do today is look at all the ideas that Neil gives us and thinking about how we do them in ways that reflect our values. Something else that he alerted me to is we've already mapped our neighbourhoods for where we're expecting to get wellbeing workers from. But the bit of information that he introduces that I wasn't aware of is that people are likely to travel for about 4.5 miles to their first place of work. So it's the neighbourhood radius and then perhaps a little bit further out to catch people who are prepared to travel that. And the whole ethos of it is to build and demonstrate a brand that shows that it's great to work here, and obviously that's what we're trying to do. Reading the book made me realise that our biggest mistake in the way we've been recruiting people so far, even though our recruitment has been successful, is that we've only been advertising 2 ways. One in Indeed and one is leaflets. And although I still think it's important that we're advertising on Indeed, my eyes are much more open to the challenges of that. But I want to know how we can advertise on hospitality pages, like advertising where they advertise for waitresses, etc., and find people whose passion actually is for caring for people, but they're not coming from the caring industry at the moment. So I think that would be exciting to try. We've been doing leaflets, so obviously we want to do more of that. And Neil suggests that we have real names of people to call, so how we can redo our leaflets and make sure we're doing that. Looking at open days and drop-in sessions in a different way. We have an animated advert for Facebook, and we already do paid adverts, but how we can take that further. I love his ideas about hyperlocal. So he talks about parish magazines, local shops, hairdressers. Now we've got community circle connectors who are just going to be brilliant in making sure that we do that really, really well, and having the whole team having that ethos in their work. So when we do our initial community mapping, we're paying attention to that in a different way. He talks about his favourite way of finding folk is existing team member referrals and really figuring out how we can do that. 2 other things he introduced me to that I hadn't thought about before is how we can keep in touch with people who turn down offers. I just get gutted. I think it's happened twice when somebody's turned down an offer, but he says how do you keep in touch with them and keep checking in 6 months' time to find out whether the job that they went for after ours is one that's really working for them. And how do we keep in touch with people who are good leavers, people who leave for good reasons but may be persuaded to come back. Lots of ideas about leaflets in school bags, on uni notice boards, and how important it is to track what works, going to jobs fair, local career group, local carers groups and faith groups. So thinking about all of that in our community mapping. And something that we started to do with a family member, Denise took some of these postcards that says you're appreciated and was writing a personal note on the back of them to people that she saw in the community who were supporting, who were welcoming her sons in a lovely way. So Neil's idea of recruitment cards, which might be a credit card size or this kind of postcard size, we're really committed to having a go at that. Neil's also given great ideas about the website and Facebook page, how we can embed social proof in it using video clips. And I'm even thinking about an infographic with Adam about 10 reasons to work for wellbeing teams. So thank you, Neil. This is all from your book. What we're going to do next, though, is look at how our values mean that we might want to do some of this slightly differently or with a particular focus. So we're really linking our values to how we find great people.